Coming to you from Homebrew Studios, it's Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour with your hosts, Bob Katie
and John Picarillo
and Jay Schmidt.
Welcome to episode 153 of Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Welcome aboard, folks.
Gothen Dog.
God bless you. What's that, German?
No.
No.
It's Old Norse.
Old Norse.
We like the Norse.
Little Viking at you.
Yeah.
Here's a little Viking at you. Here's a little Viking at you.
A little Viking action.
Is that what we're saying?
Let's get this party started.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
You'll always have a place to drink here, you degenerate scumbag.
Me too.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Very juicy.
Juicy.
Oh, wow.
Juicy. So,
Just warning you.
Uh-oh.
Vacation begins.
Dun, dun, dun.
dun, dun, dun. I don't have that, but whatever.
Where is it? How did you lose it?
I'm gonna put my nutsack.
Oh, you.
So John's been very angry the last month. Very, very, very angry.
Really?
A matter of fact, I think we have tape.
Oh.
We have tape of John.
This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass? This is what happens. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
Just replace Larry with Joe.
Fuck Joe.
John's been very angry lately.
I'm working out some bugs.
You're working out some shit.
Yep.
Little anger management issue.
Yeah. I've been working on it.
Little.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Don't say a fucking word to me. I'll get up and I'll bury this telephone in your head.
That's every night. That's him.
That's right. That's how I say goodnight to Bob.
Yeah. And this is what I do back to
Don't
him.
you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Yeah. Oh my God, he was screaming on the telephone the other night. Whoop.
Well, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. The ex-wife was on the phone, so he was screaming.
Sorry.
Well, I think I held off until I hung up a little bit.
No, you didn't.
I really laid in later.
Yeah. You did not. You were pretty you were pretty much like, I was just like, oh, and good night.
No, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Huh? You know.
He was scary.
Well, it's the way it rolls.
And what you just said there, you crossed the line, buddy.
That's right.
This is going to be my downfall, this court here.
Chase trying
Be
to
a dump.
straighten up from the mess that was 151 was
yeah,
here.
I know. That's
It's going
it.
to be a dump
Yeah.
of beer, I see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, you've got a lot of paperwork this also.
Doesn't want you to see jokes. So when this goes
Font.
up, I think it's April 6th, which means John's at the end of his vacation. Even though right now when we're doing this, he's starting his vacation.
That's right.
And where are you going on vacation?
Starts now. Samantha and I are going to Washington, D.C.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Going to tour, try to see as much as we can.
That's a nice trip.
I think you're one of the last ones that we know that haven't gone there.
I haven't gone.
See?
either, Yeah.
Oh, you haven't gone to Washington?
No, I'd like to. I've always wanted to go.
It's one of those short trips from here.
It's short distance, but if you really want to
always
get a
wanted
full thing out of it, you have to go a week.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard it's awesome. I've always wanted
My thing
Yeah.
is whether or not we try to squeeze something in on the first day and or the last day. You know what I mean? Both are possible, but
whatever you do, you have to. There's number one, you're going to leave without seeing something.
What are you going to?
So, but try to squeeze every moment in time in. I mean,
Someone made a good suggestion today that I hadn't even thought of. Could quicken the pace,
What's
as I
that?
guess Segways are available for rent. What's so funny? I'm not saying to be lazy. I don't mind walking, but it'll move it along a little.
But what do you
from
do
one-
with the Segway? You mean, what do you do when you go into buildings that?
Well,
you know,
no, it would be for the like the mall area. How many square miles is it? You know,
I'm.
and it's all outdoor. There's a lot of outdoor stuff. You know.
There's not as much outdoor stuff as you think, though. Unless it depends on what you want to do.
Well, if they're high demand and people rent them, they must have.
But I'm just saying when you go into the Smithsonian buildings and stuff like that, I don't think they allow you in
That
with
wouldn't
those.
be that sort of day.
Oh, okay.
You know. That's a different day.
Yeah. And I don't know if they let you whiz around Arlington Cemetery if that's one thing you wanted to do on the Segway.
You ask when you're there. You know?
You know, you're watching the changing of the guard there, and zing, John flies by.
Woo! Woo!
No, it's very quiet. It's one of those things that are very quiet.
And it's all a gamble whether or not we may or may not get the cherry blossoms.
I was just going to ask you. Are the cherry blossoms in bloom?
You might because it's getting rapidly warmer.
They say that week and the following week are usually the two peaks. Somewhere
But
in
it's
there.
been weird, yeah.
It's been a little cold. They got hit
Yeah.
with that last storm. So it has snowed there last week pretty
Yeah,
much.
they got that last nor'easter. That must
They probably got hit with it worse than we
Yeah,
did.
they did. Yeah.
Hey, we didn't get shit from that last
Yeah.
one.
Oh, finally.
Thank
So
God.
that's up in the air. What are you going to do? Samantha's off, so that's
No, it's a good trip.
and I get enough vacation that at least I should be doing a quarterly.
I've
And
done
she
it.
didn't come to. She couldn't come to Italy, so
It's good, but
I've got a few trips with
you know
her.
what?
I've got to make up.
It's good because she's at an age where she'll remember it and soak in a lot of it.
Yeah, and
And-
she's also really into photography right now. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
she can take
Oh, yeah,
pictures.
that'll
you
be
know what I mean?
nice.
Plenty, plenty of stuff.
I went a couple times as a kid on the way to Florida.
Yeah,
And saw the Smithsonian things a couple times, and then I went as an adult, and obviously as an adult, you're taking in a lot more than as a
Yeah.
kid. You know what I mean?
yeah,
As an
gonna be a
adult.
good trip.
That was the first time I went over to Arlington, which was really cool.
yeah.
That was really cool.
It's gonna
We
be
were
fun.
just
I'm
exhausted.
excited. Yeah, well,
A lot
part
of
of it.
walking.
you know, I will wake up. These are the types of vacations you get up to.
Yeah, you
things.
do. Yeah, you do. You get up early.
Hey,
and
I
you
must
go,
be
go.
becoming an adult now. This will be my second vacation that includes waking up to go see things.
Get the fuck out of here! No, I cannot. Am I being paranoid or is he busting my balls?
To me, vacation meant sleeping in.
Yeah.
That was
Well, there's always two kinds of vacations.
Yeah.
The do vacations
Yeah.
and the don't vacations.
yeah. I'm on a rip of the do ones because I really, you know.
Yeah, this is your second doo-doo one.
Yeah. Second do one.
The second doo-doo one.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
that's good though because I'm getting to see a lot of really neat things, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of stuff. I think we walked by the White House, but we didn't bother doing any of that.
I'm not a huge
inside
like a picture. You know what? Because she's into photography, she found some really cool things. Is basically most of the all of the buildings on the backs of dollar bills are there. So a lot
Yeah.
of photographers like take the dollar bill and fold it in half and take a picture of the building behind it.
Well, the
So
mall,
that's kinda neat.
at the mall, at the one end, you should have the Capitol, and at the other end, you should have the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
And along the sides
That's what we did
are a
last.
lot of buildings, and some of them are the Smithsonian. That's where the Smithsonian stuff
That's what
is.
we did last night. Is we kind of pulled a map up,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of get a basic idea at least at what if. So you can try to set an order. you
The
know,
air and
rather
the
than
air
just-
and space one is a must.
I told her that.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you want to do that?" I'm like, "Well, Bob says I have to."
It's a must. Well, because they do have more than just air and space, but that's what it mainly is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so cool to walk in there and see
Smithsonian has
Chuck
this-
Yeager's jet over your head. and
Doesn't
stuff.
don't they have a zoo too?
No.
I thought there was a zoo.
There's the
National Zoo,
is
yeah.
there,
but it's not. I don't think it's not Smithsonian.
Because we did the Bronx Zoo, and that's a whole day to get around the place. You know.
Yeah.
So pissed off. I had my video camera, and probably my favorite thing.
Oh, you're all angry now.
Were the
He's very angry.
He is, isn't he?
they're
explosive.
What are they called? They're are they sea lions?
I don't know.
I think
Are they?
so. Oh, so much fun to watch. And my fucking camera, when I went to watch it, I mean, I videotaped these guys for like 30 to 40 minutes. That's how intrigued I was. It's probably the most filming I did, other than the monkeys and the asshole on it. That's some funny shit. They would be literally like, you know, they were picking bugs and stuff, and they'd be like, and I was like, I can't believe I just got that on film.
Well, that sounds like a hot item.
But I really like the sea lions, and they're so fun to watch, and they're having such a good time. And I go back to watch it, and I clicked the off to video and the on. So I go to watch it, and I'm like, there's me walking around, like swinging the camera, you know, like this. I was like, you got to be shitting me.
What an asshole!
Watched another monkey.
Yeah. Damn it. But some zoos are sad, too, though. You know, like...
Sad zoos?
Well, you know, like the polar bear.
Sad zoos.
Like the polar bear in New York City. You knew he wasn't a happy camper. You know what I mean? He's
So many months out of the year he is.
well, yeah. I mean, he's probably happy as hell in the winter.
The
when
one
they're
in San
closed.
if there's a polar bear in San Diego Zoo, probably not so much.
Yeah, the polar bear in Hawaii probably isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes it's
Excuse me while I whip this out.
All effervescent today.
The polar bear, the polar bear at the Miami
shooting
Zoo.
all over the place. Jay's backed up. He's shooting all over. I usually have paper towel. I don't know where the emergency paper towel is.
Oh, I think we took those because we ran out upstairs, so we went to the emergency paper towels.
Oh, yeah. Whoopsie. No spilling tonight.
It happens, you know.
So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
So, backing up, how was your St. Patrick's Day?
No, it was nice.
Good?
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, that was nice. Family, you know, the
Yeah.
family thing. How did your crock pot work out?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever...
Well, that's what you were saying. That's why I was
ever,
interested.
did it. Yeah, came out freaking awesome.
Oh, I got to try to remember the beer. It's a really funny name. I almost have to write it down.
Innocent Gun, right?
Yeah.
When you checked in.
Yeah,
you
that one.
checked it in. I
Yeah.
saw that,
My brother-in-law, I didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
He said, say it backwards.
What was that?
Guinness.
Oh.
It was like if you flipped them around.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
that
even
is
think
funny.
about it
Yeah.
at the time.
That is funny. Yeah.
That was a decent beer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you check in any new ones on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, I think 5 or 6.
Oh, really?
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I don't think I tried. That one was new
Hunter's
for
is,
me. Yeah.
I had my.
Oh, that's
had my
right, yeah,
Guinness
because-
first
because they
thing
have
with
craft
my
beers.
Cakes and eggs.
Oh, that's right.
And you get points for checking in on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Like I checked
They
in
had a
some
badge, yeah.
basics because
St.
you get
Patrick's Day
some
badge.
badges for it. Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But I had some new ones down there. Yeah,
We didn't do a St. Patrick's podcast this week, this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No,
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, we kind of exhausted
been
everything
so
that's
busy.
green.
Yeah, it was,
Every green thing.
Oh yeah, we've had a disastrous one too. Yeah, that was probably our worst top 10 of all time. I think, right?
Yeah.
Green things.
It's got to be. Me and Jay are trying to think of things that are naturally green. John's just taking objects and making them green.
What do you want? Yeah. Green panties. It's one of my favorites.
What an asshole!
All right, I'll do a shot now.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Do you have the one with? Oh, you know what's too bad we didn't get? We could have been exclusive because it may or may not make the show, but Tom's little. Hey, we could have played that on the show. Well, we can still do it. Yeah.
Yeah, a second. We might be.
Can we say what he's do? Has he what he did with it? Can we do?
fuck
can
it,
we
why
say
not?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
He was creative, made up a little jingle, sent it to the Howard Stern show.
Some people,
yeah?
some people don't know. Jay's not a Howard Stern listener, so I don't think.
I think everybody else in the band, I don't pay
Yeah.
for it, so I don't.
Yeah.
But everybody else in the band,
You've heard it
listen.
though.
I did. Hear it, yeah.
everybody sent before Robin does her news. They all send in. Basically, they do songs and change the lyrics to about Robin's boobs and ass and wanting to stick it in her asshole and wanting to jizz on her and stuff like that. And they always play them right before. So they always do the funny lyrics. So Tom did one because he's always doing dirty lyrics.
He's really good at it. I got to give him that. I told him he should.
So he did this.
He should do more because he's like as good as Dr. Dirty with his shit that he comes out with. It's great.
The one in the hot-blooded one. Oh, it's hot-blooded, your pussy so tight. And in my head, I say it every fucking time.
I know. One of these days, you guys are going to sing it right out loud.
Yeah,
well, you always do.
I'm sure.
Pull your panties down.
Pull your panties down
band.
for American Band. But he did this to Get Back by the Beatles.
Okay.
One's for you, Tom.
Robin's massive jugs, they give me a big boner, and I wanna touch 'em now. Love those double G's, my head stuck in a cleavage, that would be the way to go. They're black, they're black, they're black and they're beautiful. They're black. They're black. They're black and they are beautiful.
Nicely done, Tom.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah,
very good.
I believe my reply to him was, "It's awesome. You got way too much time on your hands," which he agreed completely with.
Well, it's funny too. It made me feel better about my trip because his brother and sister-in-law and their new baby were coming to visit them from Maryland.
Oh yeah,
which we're kind of headed in that direction. So
yeah, pretty much.
So yeah,
quick trip. Did they use that on the show or no?
No, he just sent it in. He just sent it in last night. So
probably needs a little review.
Oh, so
it could get on a month from now. It could get on a year from now. Who knows?
That's awesome.
But I guess you just send them to the email or whatever, the Stern Show email, and then they go.
He could make one a day, probably.
Oh, there's guys that have like regulars, like Little Mikey, and they have a bunch of them that do them.
Maybe Tom will be a regular on the show.
No, don't give him any more time. All right. Well, we went through that. Oh,
we
John.
got to do that thing.
What?
So we get paid. Don't we?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at Get Paid. That's fun. Hold it. That's Get Paid.
Always looking out for the sponsor.
That's right.
Our sponsor of who? You know who sponsors this podcast? Bob, John, and Jay. Let's try that again.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
Just hit them all.
You can find us at Bob and John's podcast at gmail.com, on buzzsprout.com, and iTunes, or
at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Facebook Live.
And on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where we won't steal your information, and on Untapped at Cheese Brew and Brewmaster Pick.
And anything, all your 151 needs, go to 151online.com. Check out some of the videos I'm sure we'll have up from our last gig last weekend.
That's 151. Right. Beautiful glasses.
Beautiful glasses, thanks to Tom and Jay.
Yeah. Having a good feeling vibe.
Feeling vibe?
Feeling vibe.
Yeah.
Feeling vibe.
Yeah.
John, what's the word of the day?
Passeggiata.
Passeggiata?
Yeah. Maybe I'll do it.
Passeggiata.
I think I can do this one out loud.
Passeggiata.
Yeah.
Passeggiata.
Passeggiata.
All right.
It's basically walk, but
okay.
But and it all makes sense too. Once
hey,
you dig
what are you gonna do? Passeggiata.
It's more like with like a swagger.
Oh, okay.
And it's it's
like a strut
to be seen.
Like a strut.
And it also said often with a gelato. So strutting with a gelato. Yeah.
Walking with a gelato.
Walking with a gelato. Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping you had it. I really almost used lollygag. Because when I looked at
lollygag,
because I was looking up words like that, and lollygag was in there. I'm like, that really is a great word, but we use
lollygag.
it. Can't be it's not a new word.
Lollygag.
So I stuck with the Italian word.
Passeggiata. That's John always passeggiating.
Yeah, that's
around.
right. Yeah, that's right. I did a little swagger.
Except John does it with a little.
Looking for a little slab and pickle.
It's hard to tell if it's a swagger or a swabble.
Is it a sachet?
Forgot your gelato.
You forgot your gelato. Your passeggiato.
I got to tell you, one thing that I did have.
Hey, I got to tell you. Hey. When he do his Rodney.
Actually,
hey, I got to tell you something.
I only found it in one place, but I went back for more. And in Pompeii, at the base of Pompeii, they had.
You went back for more. Uh-oh.
They had
squeeze right in here if my thighs will let me.
They had these little like frozen. It was gelato.
It was gelato.
But it was limoncello. Gelato?
Okay.
Yeah, I could do about 6 of those right now.
So
good. My God, they were so good.
John
I
whips
haven't
up.
had that in forever, but I remember that.
I'm going to have to bust some out.
I remember that as being good.
Oh,
The gelato or the limoncello?
Limoncello.
Well, I've gotten store-bought one, and it's like lemon drops, and that's not that great. You know,
That's
the
not
one
that
my
great.
dad makes is like you
I
can't
think-
mess around with it.
I think that's the only
It's
one
good
I-
for one shot, 2 tops.
Yeah.
Don't go past that.
Don't go past that.
Lights out. The vessel's moving, but nobody's home. That's what happens there. Some strange shit's happening.
Looking for a little slab and pickle.
Overindulged. Yeah. Plenty of times on that one. And I handle alcohol pretty well. but some strange things happen.
You at home decide that one.
Yeah.
You at home make the call.
Make the call.
Well, that's what I told Bob. I got this from Bob for Christmas, and I haven't been putting it away as
This Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And recently,
Trust me, until like last week, it was up to here
yeah.
unopened.
I put a big dent in it.
This just went. You might as well put a straw in and go right down.
But if I'm going to be sipping, I think I want something different because it's a little sweet, a little sugary. I can tell because of the stickiness of it. It's
little sweet and sugary.
So I think I want something a little bit less sugary for sipping. So I'm trying to decide
Sipping whiskey
on something. Unfortunately, I don't know, maybe it's
limoncello with
positive,
gelato.
maybe not, but my general beer consumption has been down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until tonight.
Well, that's the show is always going to be an exception.
Mm-hmm.
I always drink more beer on the show than what?
Nothing.
You know, look.
Nope. You're okay.
What happened there?
Nothing.
It's not a tumor.
Well, it might be. Well, it's aneurysm.
Total eclipse. What is that?
It is a.
It's the aneurysm that got Jay.
Yeah. It's a rye porter.
A full release ensures a rejuvenative rest and promotes a winning attitude.
Is there rye?
Rye porter. Yeah.
Yeah. You taste the rye?
Very good.
Like
yeah,
rye
very,
bread?
Very slight. Yeah, very slightly. It's not overpowering, but it's a nice porter. This was my,
Is that your drink of the night?
No.
No.
I got a potpourri.
Ooh. What was that one? That's gone already.
Potpourri, I guess is how you say it.
It's gone?
It's a
Well, you ain't fucking around, are you?
Yeah.
Totally
It's
clipped.
Friday, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. It's vacation. Yeah.
It's Jay's transition
I
day.
had one this morning, if you noticed my check-in.
Oh.
When I got home.
I have my
All right.
phone alert me less and less. It's one of the things I'm trying to reduce stress.
He actually kicked all of us out of the group text.
Well, I told him I was going to block them. And instead of that, and instead of doing that, we agreed that we would keep the band group text alive, and they would have their fuck off one. Because when I'm at work, stressed out of my fucking skull, and they're texting their asses up, it's just like, I can't avoid it. I can't avoid it. It's just going and going and going. I say, I can't do it anymore. There's too much stress involved.
But now he's feeling a little of the hangover. He's just like, what you guys talking about,
Well, you know, that's why I put up with this for so long, is because, like, you know, sometimes it was funny, and I do like to be involved, because even now, sometimes something will come up, and they're like, yeah, you know, what we talked about earlier. I'm like, no, I don't.
Nope. Oopsie. I got a joke for Jakes. I told you this one. So
what, you're going to jump right into that?
No. This is just a random one, because I told you this one, and I told the guys in the band, so I figured.
I think I memorized a couple that I didn't write down. I might have to use then.
I'll tell this one to Jay. Did you hear about the blind skunk?
No.
He accidentally raped a fart.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, I guess that's. I thought that was funny. I heard that and I laughed my ass off.
That's because your farts are real.
And yours aren't?
No, you like there might be an object there to actually rape with yours.
And yours aren't?
No.
Yeah.
Mine smell like roses.
I could see the road we're going down.
It's always that road, isn't it?
Because I kind of was going there myself last night. I just felt it going this way. So.
We don't have any music, so let's just jump right into it. Jokes.
All right. Jokes. Want me to go?
Sure. Go first.
So as long as we're going down this road, if you have one big shit and divide it into 3 equal parts and throw 2 of them away, what are you left with?
I don't know.
1 turd.
1/3.
Yeah,
1 turd.
Turd.
You don't need to explain it, John.
Wow, explosion.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
You go.
Explosive beer night.
I asked a Chinese girl for her number, and she said, sex, free sex tonight. I said, wow. Her friend said she means 6663629. I should have done it with an accent. Let me try it again. I asked a Chinese girl for her number. She said, six. I can't do a Chinese accent.
Something wrong.
Six. Free six tonight. I was close. I was getting there. I had to try.
It's not helping.
Yeah, it's not helping at all.
Darn it. That took up my most amount of space on my page.
All right. A woman asked the pharmacist if he sells extra large condoms. The pharmacist replies, yes. Would you like to buy some? The woman says, no. But do you mind if I stand here and wait to see if anybody buys a box?
Like that you might get laid, you mean? You know, like that?
She's looking for big dicks.
Extra large?
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
All right. I have a little bit of a long one here.
Uh-oh. See,
that's what he said.
Right.
See, you're smart, though. You printed them out. I don't do long ones because I don't want to write them out.
That's why I said printing them out.
Cut and paste.
That's what exactly.
All right. 2 guys are walking through the woods one day when they stumble across a big, deep hole. First guy peers into it and says, wow, that looks deep. Second guy says, sure it does. Let's throw a few pebbles in there and see how deep it is. We'll be able to tell the depth by how long it takes before we hear the noise of the pebbles landing. So they pick up a few pebbles and throw them in and wait. Nothing. There's no noise. First guy says, geez, it's really deep. I know, let's throw one of those big rocks down there. That should make a noise. So they pick up a couple football-sized rocks and throw them into the hole and wait. Again, nothing. They look at each other in amazement. Then the first guy gets a determined look on his face, says, hey, over there in the weeds, there's a railroad tie. Help me carry it over. We'll toss that sucker in. It's going to make some noise. So the 2 of them drag the heavy tie over the hole and heave it in. Once again, not a sound comes from the hole.
Wow.
Suddenly out of the nearby woods, a goat appears, running like the wind. It rushes towards the 2 men, right past them, running as fast as its legs will carry it. Suddenly it leaps into the air and into the hole. 2 men look astonished with what they've just seen and look at each other in amazement. Then out of the woods comes a farmer who spots the 2 men and ambles over. He asks them, hey, you 2 guys seen a goat over here? First guy says, "You bet we did. The craziest thing I ever saw. It came running like crazy and just jumped past us into the hole and disappeared." "Nah," says the farmer, "that couldn't have been my goat. My goat was chained to a railroad tie."
Math teacher says to his students, "If I have 5 bottles in one hand and 6 in the other, what do I have?" The student says, "A drinking problem."
What is this with math? You guys are making me do fucking math. All right. A duck walks into a pharmacy and asks for a condom. The pharmacist asks, "Would you like me to put that on your bill?" The duck replies, "What kind of duck do you think I am?"
Yeah, you nasty.
I got fired from the sperm bank yesterday. Apparently, you're not allowed to nudge the nearest coworker and say, "Get a load of this guy," every time somebody walks in.
I feel like I might have used this one. Is Google male or female? Female, because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion.
True that.
Yeah.
What does a woman need to become a lesbian? A liquor license.
Ah, you need a license for that too? Shit.
A daughter asked her mother, "Mom, how do you spell scrotum?" Her mom replied, "Honey, you should have asked me last night. It was on the tip of my tongue."
Oh, nasty! Wowie. What does a pepper do when it's angry?
Oh, you're all angry now.
What?
It get all jalapeno in your face.
I got to give that a double. It's so bad it's funny. It's so bad it's funny. It's so bad it's funny.
Sometimes I look for those.
Okay. A very horny guy is stranded on an island with a monkey. Were you, John?
Once.
After a while, he decides to have sex with the monkey, but the monkey continually slips out of his grip and runs away.
Slippery monkey.
One day, a very attractive girl is drowning in the ocean, and the guy saves her. She says, "I'll do anything to repay you." The man says, "Can you help me catch the damn monkey?" I'll give it to myself. I thought that was a good one. I'm very off tonight.
My wife is in the hospital after being beaten up for using the N-word. Next time I ask for a beer from the fridge, she better use the Y-word.
It's going to take me a while to catch up on that.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Whew. What do you call an expert fisherman? A masturbator.
Oh, boy.
Fire tonight. We're on fire tonight.
Okay. How do you
Sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
I'm just going to find it eventually. How do you How do you know who gives good blowjobs? Word of mouth.
Ah, yeah.
So to make up for the last one, I gave the wife a handmade bra that I got from a craft fair. I told her it was made from sheepdog fur. "Oh, how sweet," she giggled. "Is that to keep my boobies nice and warm?" I said, "No, but it'll round them up and point them in the right direction."
Why does a woman pierce her belly button?
I don't know.
So she can hang an air freshener from it.
Oh. It's not a joke podcast since we have a little Johnny. One day, little Johnny was walking up a hill, pulling his red wagon behind him, saying, "Fuck this, fuck that." The town priest hears this and walks up to Johnny and says, "You shouldn't swear like that, Johnny. God is all around us." "Is he in the sky?" asked Johnny. "Yes," says the priest. "Is he in the bush over there?" asked Johnny. "Yes," says the priest. "Is he in my wagon?" asked Johnny. Yes, said the priest. Well, tell him to get the fuck out and push.
Johnny. Gotta have a Johnny joke.
A little Johnny.
All right. Quickie here. Oh, everyone's a fan of Stephen Hawking now that he died. I bet they can't even name 3 of his songs.
I drink it. So, what do American beer and having sex in a canoe have in common?
Oh, I went past this one day. What?
They're both fucking close to water.
Okay. A redneck couple gets married and are on their honeymoon. The woman changes into a sexy outfit and lies on the bed. She looks sheepishly up at her new hubby and whispers, "Please be gentle with me. I'm a virgin." The man gets up screaming, grabs his trousers, and runs home to tell his father. His father confronts him by saying, Now, I'll be okay. It'll be okay, son. If she wasn't good enough for her own family, she isn't good enough for ours."
That reminds me of the kicker in the jaw one. I don't like it.
What's the least spoken language in the world?
I get so many answers, I don't know. But
sign language.
Yes.
So tricky.
I haven't even had a chance to read through this one. I can't go. I can't do it. Go.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Do you know what would be sick? If you sat in Santa's lap and you felt him get a boner. Do you know what would be even worse? If he stood up and you were still sitting in his lap.
Yes.
Oh.
You ready yet?
You ready?
I'm not going to use that one.
Can't do it. It's too low even for us.
Yeah.
How do you find out if you're old or not? Fall down in front of a group of people. If they laugh, you're young. If they panic, you're old.
Oh.
These last 2 jokes for Jay aren't necessarily funny, but just the truth. It's just statements. You got one?
Why did the chicken cross the basketball court?
I don't know.
He heard the ref was blowing fouls.
That's good.
All right.
A man takes a beautiful blonde to his apartment. They're kissing in the elevator when she feels something in his pocket. "What is that?" she asked. He replies, "Those are my golf balls," she says. "Oh, those are my golf balls." She says, "Is that like tennis elbow?"
That was all.
We haven't had a fall down laughing one yet tonight.
I was going to donate blood today, but they always ask way too many personal questions, like whose blood is this and where did you get it?
There are 265 bones in the human body. Would you like to add another?
What did the bra say to the hat? "You go on ahead while I give these 2 a lift." Tough audience tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough one tonight.
I'm out.
We didn't have enough beer yet.
I guess so.
I was out a while ago. I'm pulling some ones out of the air here.
Jay's gonna finish us off.
Here, we'll see here. this might do it here. A man walks down the street, sees a sign outside of a restaurant advertising that the chef will prepare anything, no matter how unusual it might be. The man walks inside and tells the waiter, "I want a big steaming plate of shit." The waiter replies, "I'm sorry, sir, we can't do that. That's impossible." The man reminds him about what the sign out front says. The waiter sighs and says he will go talk to the chef. Waiter goes back in the kitchen, explains the man's odd request. The chef agrees, and he and the waiter drop their trousers and shit on the plate. The waiter takes the plate out to the man. 5 minutes later, the waiter returns to the kitchen, covered from head to toe in shit. The chef asks, "What the hell just happened?" Waiter replies, "He said there was hair in it."
No.
I don't know what to do on that one.
Making a big mistake.
You're making a big mistake, cowboy.
Oh, boy.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power.
You son of a bitch.
My balls itch! All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com, on Buzzsprout.com, and iTunes, or
at Loose and Buttery on Twitter and Instagram or Facebook Live.
And on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and I don't know. I didn't write it down, so. And,
you know, on that Facebook thing and the YouBoob thing and
all those places. You're not going to go there anyways.
You won't even have his goddamn email.
Guys, both you people know this, but no.
The whole band knows it. And, you know, Tom, Greg, and Chris, so you're out there. If you want to go see us at 151online.com, go check us out.
And for God's sakes, email us.
Yeah, really. Somebody send a fucking email. God damn it. We want to read one fucking email.
Can we get some spam?
Can we get some spam? Can we get anything?
Tom used to send us stuff. We haven't heard from him in a
Oh,
long
Tom from Indiana?
Yeah.
Our number one fan. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
They're taking that away from him.
Yeah, he's down. He's
I guess
down
I have
on
to
the
do
list
some
now.
more fruit beer stuff to get him angry.
Yeah.
The last one got him angry with the fruit beer.
That's it. Yeah.
I haven't had enough fruit beer lately.
Hey, Peter, it's 7 o'clock and you've still got your pants on. What's the occasion?
You all right?
Yeah.
Wow. Just complete. We just ran out of shit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm still.
I still have more jokes, but
any good ones?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't think we got
Well, see, here's the problem. You know, I was trying to get my jokes together, and we were listening to a really great comedian.
Yeah.
So it threw me off the game. Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Christopher Titus.
He was funny.
I lost 28.
I think
Titus is awesome, yeah. The one that really got John was after his divorce, he goes, I lost 28 pounds because that's what his soul weighs.
It's hilarious. It's good stuff.
Pack it up for tonight.
Jake's like, I'm done. I'm out. I got no more.
Does he come around here? Does he ever tour around here?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he was he went to the Funny Bone in Crossgates there just not too long ago, and the tickets were only I think $13 or something.
Is it the one you went to?
No, we went to Adam Ferreira.
Oh.
But Titus is on our. We wanted to go to Titus.
Yeah.
Except all the shit was breaking loose at the house and everything, and we were in the midst of that. So
fucking house.
That was hard to do. You know what I mean? That was hard to. And besides the point, it seems like when the bigger names go to the Funny Bone down there, they just show up. It's like one of those within 5 days this person's here. It's like, you don't have time to
make arrangements.
Exactly. Make arrangements.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was enjoying that.
You were.
Well, you gotta,
you were letting it loose.
It's hard to really get me laughing these days. You gotta have your shit together. I mean, back when stand-up comedians were a hot item,
well, that sounds like a hot item.
Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When he was in his prime stand-up stuff.
Yeah.
That was a funny time. That was a great.
I think it still are. You just have to find the right.
All right. Well, it's a different.
Comedian.
It's a different audience now. It's just like music.
I would say right now the top 3 that I listen to that I really enjoy are Titus, Christopher Titus, Adam Ferreira.
You like the Italian married to the Jew guy.
And Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
He's hilarious, except his tickets were like, he was at Proctor's. His tickets were like $100 and some bucks.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
At Proctor's?
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they were fucking expensive as shit.
Yeah, that's expensive.
So that took us right out. We're like, no.
The Funny Bone's reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah,
Usually.
that's like $13 a ticket or something.
And you can can't you get food there? And
Yeah,
drinks?
you get food, drinks, everything. Yeah, that place is really nice.
Proctor's doesn't serve food.
No,
drinks.
no. Well, he's on a different level. He doesn't. He's right now. He's probably in his peak, so he's doing all sorts of theaters and like the Palace and Proctor's.
Better
and
be on a
even-
different level.
I know, yeah.
No, he's like
Better be
he's
in a-
like really in a prime slot where he's making a lot of
Titus
dough.
makes me laugh more than him, though.
I like both of them. They're just very different.
The only thing is I can relate a little bit more.
Oh, you can.
I'm Italian, and I was married.
The
to
Sebastian
a Jew.
stuff,
I can totally
the Sebastian stuff is like he talks about his. He talks about his. You're not Italian if you don't have a. If you
Yeah, but Titus was making me laugh.
He goes, "You're not Italian if you don't have a whole nother kitchen in the basement."
Yeah.
He goes, "That's all my grandmother did was stand down there and fling lasagnas up the stairs."
Well, it was just a night. He was saying, he went to the Passover. dinner,
Passover, the first
which
we
is
entered.
upon us.
Yeah.
yeah. And the first thing they did was hand out pamphlets so they could read for the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's like, "Where's the fucking bread?" No.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm Italian." He's like, "I'm Italian." I sit down at a table. I need something to dip.
In the first 5 minutes, I need some oil. And
Where's the oil in the bread? I need something to dip. I need something to do.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh, he's hilarious. Yeah.
But now I want to see that Titus was making me laugh.
Oh, I got a whole bunch of
good
his
stuff.
stuff. Because he's
Well, he was right up my alley too, because he was
He's talking
married
about
for
crazy women.
15 years and got divorced. So
crazy. It's crazy life.
See, now I eliminate those jokes because you guys are still married, so I take them
doesn't
out
matter.
of my repertoire.
What does
But I
it
find
matter?
some funny shit about that.
yeah,
I
who
do.
cares?
Yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
Titus has the one bit about his growing up and his father. He's a little kid, and his father, and he's about to put something in the light socket, and the father's friend's like, "Shouldn't you grab him?" He goes, "Wait. Never do that again, will you?" So he goes, I decided to pull a joke when he was a teenager on his father. So he got these two dummy legs, and he put them underneath the car that he was working on, and he dropped it, and then he got on the other side of the car and screamed. He goes, and his buddy was sitting there going, "Well, shouldn't you tell him?" He goes, wait. You never do that again, will you? Oh,
I've been loving Tosh's stand-up stuff. Have you ever seen any of that?
He's kind of funny. Yeah,
His stand-up stuff is phenomenal.
You have to
my
see it.
God.
I've seen some of his.
Bob's
stuff.
the only reason why I'm up to date on any comedy
Some of his
stuff.
stand-up stuff is just hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
there's
not,
a lot.
It's not out there like it used to be. That's what I'm saying. When
No, it's
Eddie
out
Murphy was
there.
there, it was like you bought the album. You know what I mean?
Well,
literally
you're talking
bought
about that whole, but
know?
they don't even really do albums anymore.
That's
the
what I
thing.
mean. The whole thing is
Yeah.
a different. It's a different platform.
Yeah, they don't do that.
You got to be a comic lover to know what's going on.
Well, you were
in the
talking
comic
about he
world.
was doing it when he was at such a superstar level. Then you're talking about like Chris Rock did his Netflix special. You know what I mean? And Seinfeld did his Netflix. That's what they do now.
Other than who's Eddie's predecessor? I'm trying to think of the name.
Richard
now.
Pryor?
Yeah. Other than him, I mean, who was at that kind of pinnacle where you're literally selling albums of your stand-up?
Sam Kinison, Bill Cosby,
Sam Kinison was a great one.
Robin Williams.
I remember.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Robin Williams.
But back then, that was that.
Well, I know.
was-
Now they
that was
get.
how comedy came to me. You know what I mean?
Well,
You
you
have
have,
to-
Netflix. Get on Netflix. That's where they're all going and doing Netflix specials.
but I got
Chris Rock's last one was hilarious. He was. And again, he's talking divorce. Should be right up your alley. That's where I got that one line that he says, where he goes, when you get in your 40s or anything, you don't want pussy. You just want peace.
No, the one with Titus that got me was like, he was, how can God take all these things away from me? And then he said,
and then God said, you're going to meet a 29-year-old diesel jeans, 5'11", gorgeous woman
with a master's
degree,
and who've already paid for her own fake
and her boob jobs. Has already paid for her own boob job. Oh, thank you, master. Yeah, that's good. Titus is good. That was funny. We got roped into that and couldn't stop listening to it.
That was good.
Right to the end. All right. I think we're about... Oh, no. What have we learned? What have we learned, you little bastards?
I got to watch a little bit more Titus.
Jay?
John needs to walk with his gelato.
Yes, I do. I do.
Right, that's what I want. John likes to strut with gelato.
I do like to strut with my gelato. My
limoncello
gelato.
Different type of whiskey.
I do. I got to find that sweet spot that's not too sweet. Not too...
Have you tried the Jameson?
I have, and I like it.
Right.
I like it.
Have you tried the different aged ones?
Well, unfortunately, I'm burning through bottles.
Okay.
And there was some
Looking
really
for a
good...
little slab and pickle.
The stout one is fantastic.
Yeah, I need to find
That's
a happy medium.
A nice sipping one.
I need to find a happy medium with it. Now, on Sunday nights, when I drop Samantha off, is Sammy on the radio. Like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I listen to Alice Cooper's DJ, and he make his top tens and stuff. And Sammy always does Sundays, and he always gets me in the mood for nice rum drinks. Like the way he describes them, because he owns I think he still owns the rum. I don't think he sold that one yet.
No, he actually but he actually still has some say with the tequila too.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he owns it, but he has like a
because his tequilas are good. Not all his, but still, tequila is tequila, and it can get you. You don't sit around and sip it. You know what I mean? It's a whole different ballgame. The rum, he always says things like, you know what I really like to do when I get home is like to take a little bit of my Sammy's Beach Bar rum and put it in a glass over some nice ice cubes, and I put a couple of slices of fresh pineapple in there, and then don't muddle it. Don't muddle it up. It'll break up and go into pieces. You got to just put big chunks in there. And I'm like...
I didn't know Sammy was a redneck.
Oh, sounds so good right now. I could go for that so much.
Yeah, but the problem is he says I go home and have one drink. Not a whole bottle of Fireball.
Everything? Look, it's last December.
It's just because you haven't opened it until like a week ago.
Well, there's changes. Changes going on. Changes are going on.
Changes are going on.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
He's going to be very popular.
I realized I've been sitting with my back towards the camera.
Well, that's why I like this spot.
I don't like
it.
I hate this setup.
See, you always had.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to be.
The best spot in the house on the old table.
I like that.
We'll get back to it.
That's why we were saying we should build more of a horseshoe kind of thing, and we all get to kind of face it.
But then
Bob could care less about facing the camera.
I prefer to face the camera.
You know what we should do? This is it. We can put you. We got another camera. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need camera too.
And then you're over on camera too. We can be at the small table.
Now what'll that asshole think of next?
And then, and then if you want to show your image, you can. But your voice is there all the time. You get to choose it. It's perfect. You get a booth. You get.
Now what'll that asshole think of next?
It's fantastic. I think Bob loves it.
We could get a guy.
It's growing on him already.
Cartoon Bob.
We have Flat Greg.
I forgot I was going to say that. Flat Greg is with us. He's very popular.
There seems to have been a misunderstanding about what kind of boat guys we're going to be.
He's got a microphone.
All right.
Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys. Oh, wait.
Wow, that was enthusiastic, everybody. Jay's transitioning. That's why.
I know.
Night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Don't say a fucking word to me. I'll get up and I'll bury this telephone in your head.